Yeah. 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 Yeah, man. Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at with another video. And yeah, guys, I finally got my jersey, man. I finally got my Caleb Williams jersey, man. It finally came in. And I'm really happy about it, man. It took me a while to get it. Sorry about the whole lighting. Let me see. Trying to really fix this lighting. Hold on, give me a sec. Uh, this lighting is just too bad. I don't know if you can see me, but I definitely need to get new lighting. But yeah, guys, I finally got my jersey in today. And well, this is the first. I got it in last week, but this is the first time me wearing this jersey. I ordered it from Wholesale Jersey online, and I got it for a discounted price. I got this hat too. I got two hats, so I'm pretty pumped up about this. But yeah, you're definitely going to see me this jersey when I go live. You're definitely going to see this jersey when I go live on September 8th, when we're going to be live streaming the game against the Minnesota Vikings. But guys, today's video, I just wanted to go over the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And yeah, man. And I want to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. There was some ugly in this, pretty much the first half of the game. And I'm also going to be going over the 53-man roster and some surprise cuts, some fan favorites who got cut, and some ones that I wasn't too surprised about. But let's dive into this video, guys, and make sure to like and subscribe this video. But guys, let's go over this Kansas City game. So pretty much last Friday, the Chicago Bears faced the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was a come from behind surprise victory. We were down pretty much 17 in like the first half. Kansas City pretty much just dominated the time of possession. They dominated the line of scrimmage. I mean, this is a Super Bowl contender. This was to be expected. I mean, the Chicago Bears, of course, their new regime, they're trying to get acclimated, and, Ben Johnson's the first time head coach. We already know what Patrick Mahomes is. He's an established quarterback. So that was to be expected. It was to be expected. But the thing that really concerned me about this game was just the fact that the defense and the offense were just way, way too sloppy. The first possession of the game, Kansas City was just able to move the ball just with ease, like a hot knife through butter. The defensive line was not getting any pressure. Dio Dingbo was not getting any pressure. Josh Simmons, one of the people who I wanted to draft in this past year's draft, don't get me wrong, I love Colston Loveland, but we had a need at left tackle, and he pretty much just dominated Dio Dingbo, man. Dio could not get anywhere near past this guy. Javon Dexter was being held up. I mean, our whole defensive line was being held up, and our defensive line was good. Chuck, how you doing, man? You want to come in, bro, and do this video? I know we were supposed to do our video, man. You're probably at work, but I'm sorry, I couldn't get to it. I was sleeping, dude. I don't know why, but yeah, I couldn't get to it, man. But it's all good, bro. We will go live, but I had to do this video, But like I said, man, yeah, Kansas City just dominated just the first half of the game. I mean, the defensive line couldn't get any type of pressure to Patrick Mahomes, at all, man. Patrick Mahomes was just, man, and even if they did, he was able to have an answer for that. He was just able to scramble out of the pocket and get, maybe 5 or 10 yards. And that was very concerning to me. And one of the concerns that I had coming out of this past draft was the defensive line, and the fact that we didn't properly address this, I know Austin Booker, we're banking on Austin Booker, to do well. But, I mean, we will see, that's true, man. We can only take lessons from them. Yeah, we can. But I mean, there's a lot to be desired, you know. There is a lot to be desired, you know. I feel like we have to do work on this defense line. We have a lot of work, and Dennis Allen, he has to, you know, he has a lot of work cut on his hands. You know, he's got to figure out this whole defensive line situation. Um, and I mean, I agree. I mean, Kansas City is the gold standard. You know, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. You know, you got one of the best QB head coaches, one of the best QB head coaches of all time, and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, I mean, it was to be expected. It was to be expected, you know. But at the same time, I felt like we could have done more. It was kind of a little bit disappointing, you know, that our defense line just gave up so many yards, you know. And Nashawn Wright, bro, our cornerback room also needs some work. Nashawn Wright, he got blown away. He got blown away by Tyreek Thornton. Tyreek Thornton had that beat him out on that coverage, and he was able to just get wide open for that 45-yard catch by Patrick Mahomes. But you know, it's a learning. It's a lesson, you know, that we're gonna learn. But one thing I did like about what Ben Johnson did was that even though our offense did struggle, you know, even with Caleb Williams, you know, the snaps, the first couple of drives, you know, we didn't get we had 3 and outs the first couple of drives. And then our second drive, you know, we had like a false start penalty, and then we were able to move the ball down, and then it was like a 2nd and 2, and then Caleb Williams, he just held on to the ball for like maybe a couple 5 or 6 seconds, held on the ball. That's a problem that Caleb Williams needs to fix. Caleb Williams needs to get the ball out quick. If he doesn't see anybody open, he's got to get the ball out quick, because he had 5 seconds. He had 5 or 6 seconds on that play. So that's something Caleb Williams needs to fix. He needs to fix he has to stop holding on to the ball too long, because at times last year he did hold on to the ball too long, and that's one of his weaknesses, you know, holding on to the ball too long. So that's something that he definitely needs to fix, you know. And but the first couple of drives, you know, it was a 3 and out, and the third drive, Caleb Williams and the offense, they were able to move the ball down, and they were able to get a touchdown, you know. And so that was good. Right before the end of the first half, they were able to get a touchdown, and so that brought that score, I believe, to like 17-7. And then just the second half, the Chicago Bears second half team, you know, second string team just completely dominated the Kansas City Chiefs second team. Kansas City second team, bro. It's a lot to be desired. I'm just really glad that we got Tyson Bagent, because, bro, I mean, other teams, second string starters, bro, like if their top quarterback went down, like let's say if Patrick Mahomes went down, that Kansas City team ain't going nowhere, bro. Literally ain't going nowhere. Chris Aludicon, I forgot his name. I mean, he had some flashes, you know. He had a nice long pass to one of those receivers, but other than that, bro, that dude was not all that great, bro. He was not all that great. Chris Aludicon was not all that great, bro. But I mean, Tyson Bagent, bro. I mean, thank God we signed him, bro. He was a godsend, bro. And that last drive, man, when we was like 22-27, and we got the ball back when Kansas City had a 3 and out, when we got the ball back, Tyson Bagent, when he was able to run that 2-minute drill, it was less than 2-minute drill. He was able to run that perfectly all the way, you know, toward the end zone for a touchdown, where he threw that nice ball where Jade Walker could only get the ball. Like he threw that nice pass to Jade Walker where the defender couldn't see him, and he was able to catch with one hand for the game-winning touchdown. So I'm really glad that we got Tyson Bagent, you know, on our team. But other than that, I mean, our offense as a whole did pretty well. We totaled 424 yards of offense, 310 passing yards, 114 rushing. Kansas City had 357 total yards, 255 passing, 102 rushing. And yeah, I mean, we could read off what's his name stats. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was doing Patrick Mahomes things, 8 for 13, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. He was doing his thing. Caleb Williams had a decent game. He was 11 for 15 for 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyson Bagent had an excellent game, 20 for 28, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns, man. I mean, Tyson Bagent, bro, is a godsend, bro. And thank God we got him, bro. Because, man, if we didn't have Tyson Bagent, bro, I wouldn't know what we would do with, if Caleb Williams ever went down. Because if Caleb Williams ever went down, we have a good serviceable quarterback. We got a second string quarterback who's starting caliber. I'll say he's starting caliber. He's a starting caliber quarterback. And I'm really happy that we got him. As an undrafted free agent from West Virginia, man, he had a great story. So I'm pretty happy for Bagent and that he got his 2-year deal, and that we definitely got him. But like I said, I mean, there is a lot to be desired. I just want to see what Ben Johnson's game plan is going into this this Minnesota Vikings game, because Brian Flores, he's going to be throwing a lot of exotic blitzes at Caleb Williams, like what he did last year. And the left tackle position, I don't even think we addressed the left tackle position, because I still have some concerns with the left tackle position. Braxton Jones, at best is an average left tackle in the league. He's average, but at the same time, he does have his deficiencies, and that's why, like I said, this past draft, I wanted us invite me. Okay, I got you. He said, invite me. I do have my, what up, family? What up, Brian White? How you doing, man? Bear down. Hey, Chuck, do you want me to send it to you on this? I'll send you right this chat, bro. If you want to come on here, I'll put the stream out right there. Here's the stream. I'll put it on. But like I said, the left tackle position, I do have concerns about our left tackle position, because I feel like we haven't fully addressed our left tackle position. Ozzie Trapillo, he's still a right tackle. What's up, Theo? How you doing, man? What's up? How you feeling? Our left tackle position, I feel like, we still need to address our left tackle position, Like I said, we could have, gotten Josh Shitton. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Colston Love, and I like him. He's a great draft pick, but it was almost a reach. Like, it was a reach. I was surprised we even took him, and like I said, our defense, I felt like we could have, done a little bit more with our defense. We could have done a little bit more, I mean, there's also some veterans we can go after. What's up, Real Street Sports Talk? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? There's some key free agents we can still go after, like Zadarius Smith is still out there in free agency. Our running backs are pretty much thin. Audric is still out there. He got waived by the Denver Broncos. We still need to go after him. We can still go after him until Kyle Monangai comes back and Roshan Johnson comes back. There's some key things that we need to address, man. What's up, Charles? What's up, bro?
What's good, bro? What's good?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I had to get in here, bro. I'm sitting there listening to you breaking some things down there. Cope, I agree with you 1,000%. Welcome out there in KO Sports Talk Land. Just for the record, I agree with Cope 1,000%. Only thing I wanted to say to it, Cope, and I put it in the comments, is that growing pains is expected, bro. It's going to happen, bro. Your Rome wasn't built in a day, so we're not going to have everything running perfectly in a day's time. And that was the main thing. What's up, Theo? See you out there, nephew. Yeah, that was the main thing I was wanted to stress here, bro. That it's not gonna all be done.
Oh no, you just went out. I think you just went out, Chuck. I don't know if you pressed something wrong. So just like what Chuck was saying, Chuck was just talking about the growing pains. It is to be expected. He talked about how I think he was gonna start streaming. You should start streaming for work. It look better. Like I said, like he was saying, yeah, there's gonna be some growing pains, and I do agree. There is gonna be some growing pains. Um, and I just wonder what Dennis Allen is gonna do um this upcoming season. Because I mean, like our defensive line, we still got a lot of work to do with our defensive line. We could, like I said, we couldn't get any type of pressure. We couldn't get any type of pressure on Kansas City's offensive line. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. Especially, what's up, Ron Renowski? What's up, man? All right, you back again.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. Was trying to
Go ahead.
sign in, press one too many buttons. Yeah, but Ron wasn't building today, bro. So it takes some time, and we were always going to endure some growing pains. That's why for like the first 5 games of this season, I said that it would take us at least the first 5 games of this season for us to gel. What I'm more concerned about other than how the offense clicked or didn't click, first string defense, how they handled or didn't handle. I'm more concerned about this left tackle position. So I
Yeah.
see them talking about 4 different guys at the position. Braxton Jones, Ozzy Trapilo, Theo Bennett, and
Mhm.
Gryron Megachi. And thus far, nobody stood out. What that tells me, Cole, is that we do not have the position solidified. We don't have a left tackle right now. We
Yeah,
don't have
we
a left
don't.
tackle right now. And so I think there are moves that need to be made. Dan Skipper, offensive lineman from the Detroit Lions, he was released.
Yeah,
I
he got
don't think that
waived.
would
He got waived. Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
I don't think that would be a bad pickup for the Bears to go and get him. And also the Houston Texans are looking to trade Cam Robinson, who is the
Mm.
left tackle over there who's the left tackle over there for them. I know he may not be a sexy name,
Yeah,
but
and they
bro,
drafted that kid from Minnesota, Arante Irsay, who I really
uh-huh,
wanted. Irsay, man. I'm like, damn.
yeah.
That's one of the
That
kids I wanted from Minnesota.
that being said, bro, I think we need to we probably should try to make a stab at that. See what we can get. See if we can get Cam Robinson, maybe for a fifth or sixth rounder or something, and bring him in here and give him a chance to compete at this position. The point
Mhm.
is, we need we need some solidification, if that's a
Stability
word.
at left tackle.
There you go. We need some stability at that left tackle position. Caleb Williams needs to know that he can be comfortable standing in there. Um, but I'm not mad at the Kansas City Chiefs putting hands on us, bro. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the gold standard. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
team
there
that
is.
shows
They're
everybody
always
else
super
how far they got to
contenders
go.
every year. Yep.
Yeah, so it's the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. So it's not the end of the world to me, bro. It's not the end of the world to me. And so
I'm so hating in Lions chats. I love it. Oh, you're like the Don Burr of the Lions chat, bro, Ron. You be on Lions content creators channels, Ron.
so I think, bro. Um, I think this is a great stepping stone for the Bears, bro, for our young team, bro. I don't really have a problem with what we went through with Kansas City, and I'm glad for one that we endured it, bro. Because what it does is it tells us that we got some more growing to do. We're not ready. We got pieces. It's a lot of sexy new, fun toys here. We got attractive pieces on the team,
Hmm.
But bro, we're not ready, bro. We're not ready. We're not ready.
No, we
Period.
still got a lot of work to do. We definitely got a lot of work
Yeah.
to do. I mean, it's a new coaching staff, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the team, they're trying to get out the kinks from the past coaching regime. You still have most of these players from the last coaching regime, with
Mm-hmm.
Eberflus, and they still got some habits that they need to iron out. And
Exactly.
we're still dealing with some like false start problems. Not getting off on time. That was a problem in this last game. With the false starts. Caleb Williams definitely needs to clean up. getting the ball out more quickly, and
Right.
like you said, it's gonna come up with some growing pains, and so I
Yeah.
hopefully, this upcoming season, we definitely hope to see, some growth with this team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to temper my expectations so far because, like I said, I still have my concerns, especially the left tackle position, and especially even at some depth with, our defense, some of
Mm-hmm.
our defensive end and
Yeah.
our cornerback depth too, with Terrell Smith going down and Nashawn Wright, hopefully, I don't know about Nashawn Wright, but hopefully, our cornerback room can definitely, use some
I
upgrade.
mean, the beauty, Coach, to me, the beauty of it all is, when we get into these scrimmages and into these preseason games with these other teams, it just really exposes to you, regardless of how great we think the players are that's on our team, how good the young up and coming talent looks. It really exposes to you how far we are off the mark, bro. And
Right.
that's why I can
Yeah.
appreciate the scrimmages. I can appreciate the preseason games, because the execution gets exposed, the level of execution gets exposed, and everything gets tested. And that's cool to me, bro. I don't have a problem with everything getting tested, bro. I really don't, bro. That doesn't bother me at all,
Hmm. Oh, for sure. For sure. Um, damn, he just left again. Let me put the link back up so you can come back, Chuck. That's the link. Okay.
bro. My bad, Coach. It's different messing with it, talking to you through the phone as opposed to on the computer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all good.
So yeah, I'm touching stuff and stuff is moving and I shouldn't be touching stuff.
Yeah, I also want to go over our 53 man roster real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of some of our surprise cuts? 15 players so far has been announced to the practice player squad. Reese
Mm-hmm.
Alexander, Miles Boykins, running back Britton Brown, Steven Carlson, Xavier Carlton, Power Echols, Luke Elton, DB Trey Flowers, DL Jonathan Ford, Makai Gardner, Tanoa Passigno, John Marie Croma, Jordan McFadden, J.P. Richardson, and Ricky Stromberg. And even some surprise cuts, with Ian Wheeler. Ian Wheeler got cut by the team.
Yeah,
Um,
well, that wasn't really that big of a surprise to me. I'm an Ian Wheeler fan, bro. I was pulling for
mhm.
him. I like that kid. I watch how he runs. I thought that his running style was great. And he's a special teamer, too. He can return kicks, he can return punts, and he's spectacular. He got a lot of explosion to him. But when you're in the trenches and training camps, coaches look for you to be able to pay attention to detail. And that's where he was dropping the ball at, bro. In
Mhm.
training camp, bro, you have to do as you're instructed. And you can't follow basic,
And he wasn't
simple
blocking too, from what I
instructions.
heard too, in
If you
report.
can't follow basic, simple instructions, you will not make an NFL team, bro. Just that simple. The reason Dominique Robinson, which it pains me to say this, is still on the team, and the reason that he's still
I
on the
know,
team
right?
is because he's the best practice player in the world. That dude gets in practices. He does exactly what they tell him to do, the way they tell him to do it. He'll never see the field, but he can get into practice and show everybody else how it's done. And that makes him make this team. I think that's a ridiculous metric that they use for that, but it's a metric that works for coaches. And if Ian Wheeler can't match that metric, bro, he's gonna lose out, bro. I like him. I thought he could have been at least the second best running back on this team. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do the small things right in practice. They can't trust you in the game, bro. Just that simple.
What do you think about Zach Pickens and Tyler Scott getting cut too?
Long overdue for Tyler Scott. Zach Pickens should have been out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think they should have did something with Braxton Jones, bro. Released him,
Like
cut
try to
him,
trade for him, trade
do
him.
something, trade. Yeah, but I don't see the benefit in Braxton Jones. Still getting board rushed in the chest. You
Yeah.
saw it in the Kansas City game, man. They were running through this dude,
Oh
bro. Running
yeah.
through this dude.
And you
Everybody
saw
talk
that
about
one. There was this one
mm,
play where he got beat. I think he got beat, and Caleb Williams, he had to throw the ball out quick. I'm like, come on, dude! Like he had to throw the ball
yeah.
out. Like he had to get rid of the ball out real quick. And I mean that defender, he should have gotten a roughing the passer. But I remember there was this.
I just don't understand how long it's going to take for the Bears brass to see this dude get bull rushed before they discover that this dude really can't play the position. He's not good, bro.
He's not.
He's not good, bro. I would rather take my chances with Ozzie Trapillo over there than have him out there. I'd rather have a left tackle by committee with Ozzie, Theo, and Kyron Emeka
But my thing
than to
is
have
with
Braxton
Ozzie
Jones.
Trapillo, they're saying that he's a right tackle. He's not ready. They're saying he's not ready to be like a left tackle.
Yeah, well, they tried to convert him. They tried to convert him to left tackle. He showed some flashes, but he's not totally equipped for the
He's
position.
not equipped to be a left tackle right
What
now.
about Kyron Emeka, bro? Give Kyron Emeka a full go at it. You'll give Theo Bennett. You'll give him a full go at it. Or do it by committee, bro. You know, make it be situational. You know, in terms of who be in there. I mean, what you can't do is keep on running Braxton Jones out there. You just can't keep doing it, bro. Braxton Jones.
Let's not forget that he always he's costing us penalties. It's like false start with him, like, you know. Like this guy, he's always committing like false starts and stuff like that. You know, he's jumping too early, and that's what's costing us. You know, that's what's ruining the momentum of those drives. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
not just the bull rush, but the fact that he's jumping too early, and that's because he doesn't have a great anchor. The guy doesn't have a great anchor.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
Let me say this because I am limited on time here. Okay. But I wanted to get this out, bro, out into the ethos, if you will. I'm really tired of the double standard, the racial double standard that I see with analysts, football analysts that's on TV, you know, that's in media, that's on radio, on streams or what have you, when it comes to how they critique black quarterbacks as opposed to white quarterbacks. And I hate to, bring up old tropes when it comes to this type of stuff, but I see it, bro. Whenever there's a black quarterback that looks like he's very talented, that looks like he can be successful at the quarterback position, that may not have everything perfectly lined up, what I constantly hear from the media is about how many ways this black guy needs to be fixed. That black quarterback needs to be fixed. It's always somebody needs to fix him. But when you look at their white counterparts in the same position, say like your Joe Burrows and your Josh Allens, you know what I mean, of the world.
JJ McCarthy's saying he's compared to Joe and Burrow. I'm like, come on.
Right. Nobody talks about fixing these guys. I watched Josh Allen go for his first 2 years in the NFL and look abysmal with his accuracy.
Yeah,
going interceptions
he was so bad
all over the place.
2 years. He was so bad. He was bad.
Running around like a chicken with his head cut off with the ball in his hand, bro. And nobody.
He was worse than Trubisky, to be honest. Let's be honest. In terms of his accuracy, he was worse than Trubisky.
And nobody once talked about fixing him, bro. They never once mentioned that in media. I watched Joe Burrow get broke up his first, game or two in his NFL career, come back, and then trying to run the ball, when the line breaks down and he doesn't know how to run properly. He running up the middle, dead into the teeth of the defense, and getting killed at times. Nobody talked about fixing Joe Burrow, bro. I don't understand why it is when it comes to these black quarterbacks, everybody's got to be fixed. First, it was Justin Fields over here. He needed to be fixed. So we bring in Luke Getsy and try to make him play like Aaron Rodgers, which is the most ridiculous thing you ever could have did. Now you bring in Caleb Williams. He's a generational talent. All these goofies said he on national TV and proclaimed
the next Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, not only did they proclaim that, but they said he's going to be the first quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl in his rookie year. This is the crap they were saying.
Yeah, Nick Wright said that. Nick Wright. Yeah, we all heard that. Nick Wright.
Yeah, Nick Wright, Rich Eisen. He wasn't just Nick Wright by himself. Rich Eisen did that. Yeah.
We're calling out receipts. Yep.
Yeah. So but now since he didn't do that and he didn't have that shining year like they wanted him to, now he needs to be fixed. And according to Dan Orlovsky, it's gonna take years to fix him. Why does everybody that's black need to fix it? Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, they did the same thing about Jalen Hurts, bro. The man took his team, he took the Philadelphia Eagles to the playoffs, won a playoff game in his rookie year, and they turned around and said this man would not last as the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles because he didn't meet some metrics of theirs. 5-6 years later, this man won a Super Bowl as a quarterback for the
same thing with Lamar Jackson. They called him a running back. One of the
right,
a running back.
Right. They need to trash and crash this crap where they're always talking about black quarterbacks need to be fixed. You don't need to fix nobody. You let them play. If there's some mechanical issues, help them help them tweak those mechanical issues. But you don't need to fix them. There's nothing broken about Caleb Williams.
You can't tell me Shadur Sanders, right? You can't tell me Shadur Sanders coming out of that draft was not one of the best quarterbacks coming out that draft. He was at least the second best quarterback.
Absolutely.
You could ask he was probably the first because if you look at some of his college stats, he was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the FBS in all of college football. So you mean to tell me you're going to let this kid go 5 or 6 rounds in the draft who's better than Tyler Shook, who's better than Jackson Dart, who's better than all the other quarterbacks, all the other players that are drafted before him. You're going to let him go 5th or 6th and let him be even Dylan Gabriel. Like, come on, dude. Like, are we really kidding yourselves? Like,
exactly.
Come on, this kid is gifted. And you can argue, okay, because of his dad, Deion Sanders, saying, saying something about his son or trying to get in the way of his son's publicity and all that. You could argue all that. But this kid does not get in any type of trouble. He keeps his head in the game.
Yeah.
He plays his game. He's humble. He does what he needs to do in order, to be in the NFL. He has all the money he wants. All he just want to do is just play football. Like, let the kid play football, man.
And he's very good at it. He's very good at it too, bro. Yeah. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. NFL, y'all need to stop pretending like these racial biases don't exist because they do, and y'all need to get rid of them.
I'm pretty sure you watched that Eric Dickerson interview he did. Did you watch that Eric Dickerson interview?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it all. I'm so busy.
Yeah, he talked about how well, I don't know if I should say it on YouTube, but let's just say along the lines he has some connections in the NFL that said that there are like some close connections that were saying that the Cleveland Browns shouldn't draft Shadur Sanders at all. So
it's a bunch of racial crap that's still involved with this NFL, bro. Whether they want to accept the reality of it or not. But that being said, we're overcoming. In the words of Dr. King, we shall overcome. We have overcome. We will overcome, bro. That's where we at with it, bro. Cope, look, I got to get back in here, bro. But listen, I'm going to be in the comments, bro, while you going over the roster, bro.
Okay.
All right,
man.
Take it easy out there.
Take care. All right. That's my co-host right there. He's at work. But I just wanted to go over this roster real quick. Before I end this video, I'm not going to be here too long because I got to fix my lighting. I don't know what's going on with my lighting, but I just want to go over this 53-man roster real quick. So of course, as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys could see it, but we're going with 3 quarterbacks. Starter is Caleb Williams. Our backups is Tyson Bagent, Case Keenum. That's no surprise right there. Running backs, we got DeAndre Swift. Our backups are Roshan Johnson and Kyle Monangai. Like I said, with in terms of our running back position, that is a concern because, like I said, Roshan Johnson and Kyle Monangai are injured right now, and we need somebody who is going to fill it in. Like I said, Audric SMA is still out there in the waiver wires. So, I mean, Chicago Bears, you need to be calling Audric and his agent because, I mean, if you guys saw some of the practice video clips from this past week, DeAndre Swift was literally the only running back that was taking reps in practice. Some of the trainers after him were taking some reps after that. So we definitely need to bring in a running back. Probably need to trade for a running back somebody. But that's one of the options that we need to get. That's true, Ron. Doesn't matter what color it is. It's how you play. It's true. Um, Wide receivers, starters. We got DJ Moore, Aroma Dunze, and Alameda Zacchaeus in the slot. And our backups are Luther Burden and Jade Walker. I'm not really too surprised over there. I could see Luther Burden taking over Alameda Zacchaeus' spot in the slot. I mean, I definitely could see Luther Burden being a big focal point in this offense with just the way he plays and just his blocking mechanics, just the way he blocks at the point of attack. I could really see, all the stuff that he's going to do at the point of attack. So I'm really excited to see what this running back, wide receiver position is going to do this upcoming season. And Roma, like I said, Roma Dunze, I think Roma Dunze, he's going to have a big role. I think Roma Dunze is going to be the wide receiver run because, like I said, he has the prototypical size to be a prototypical one type of a wide receiver. I mean, the guy is 6'3", he's 6'4", he's a big body wide receiver. He could, get 50-50 balls. He could do a lot of jump balls and all that. He could go up and get the ball up. He can win, like I said, he can win a lot of 50-50 balls. So I can see Roma Dunze having a big role in this offense. I can see him being 1,000+ yard type of wide receiver. Tight ends, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, and backups Durham Smythe. Like I said, with Ben Johnson's offense, like he's going to run a 12-man he's going to run a 12-man offense, and that's going to include 2 tight ends. I could definitely see Colston Loveland also playing a big role in this offense, being like that type of Sam Laporta type of running, having that Sam Laporta type of role. I mean, just the way he plays almost like Sam Laporta. So he could have that Sam Laporta type of role. I could see him having maybe 700 or 800 yards this upcoming season. And Cole Kmet, I could see him having the same thing too. So I'm not too surprised there. Starters, Braxton Jones. Like I said, that's going to be bro. I'm going to address that. Starters, Braxton Jones, our left tackle, Joe Tooney, left guard, Drew Dahlman, center, Jonah Jackson, right guard, and Darnell Wright. Our backups, Ozzie Trapillo, Theo Benedict, Luke Newman, Ryan Bates, and Karan Amagaji. Like I said, our left tackle position definitely needs to get addressed. I don't know what the regime was doing. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson was doing at that draft. I said that we needed to address that left tackle position, and that's going to be a big thing. We needed to address that, whether it be the first round, second round, third round, and we still haven't addressed it. Ozzie Trapillo is still not equipped to be a left tackle position, and that's going to be a problem. They already said it in camp that Ozzie Trapillo is not ready to be a left tackle already. He still needs some polishing that he needs to do, with his footwork. And hopefully we'll see what type of game plan Ben Johnson has for, our left tackle position, because that's going to be a problem this upcoming season. Defensive end, we have Montez Sweat, Dale Adengbo. Our backups, Austin Booker, Dominique Robinson. I don't know how he's still here. And Daniel Hardy. I think Austin Booker, we're going to see how he does. I think he might have a big role. I think he's definitely going to grow into this role. I still do feel like we need some depth at that defensive end position because, like I said, against that Kansas City Chiefs team, we couldn't get any type of pressure against Patrick Mahomes. Hopefully DA or Dennis Allen has a plan because you can't rush 4 pass rushers, bro. Like, you can't not rush 4 with these 4 guys. That's going to be a problem going into the season because, if they can't get any type of pressure rushing for it, then that's going to be a problem this upcoming season, and our defense is going to have a long day and it's going to be hard for them to get out the field because our offense is not there enough because our defense is not making any stops. Defensive tackles, Grady Jarrett, Javon Dexter, backups, Andrew Billings, Shamar Turner, and Chris Williams. This is pretty solid depth. Grady Jarrett and Javon Dexter. I definitely see Javon Dexter taking a step forward this upcoming season. Last season, he did kind of have a breakout season. So Javon Dexter, hopefully, he can take that next step into his development. This is going to be his third year. So I can see Javon Dexter, taking that next step. Linebackers, we got TJ Everett, Tremaine Edmonds, and Noah Sewell. Backups, you got Ruben Hippolyte, Carl Jones, and DeMarco Jackson. Noah Sewell, I wonder what his role is going to be more so in this offense. I know he's going to be the starting Sam linebacker because I'm already forgetting his name, the white guy, Sandman, Jack Sanborn. Jack Sanborn is not there no more at all. He's with the Dallas Cowboys, and so Noah Sewell is going to have a big role to fill in that Sam linebacker position. Now that Jack Sanborn is not there no more. Jack Sanborn was very solid. And so Noah Sewell, he's going to have a big role to fill in that starter position. Even though Noah Sewell, he definitely earned it. Noah Sewell definitely earned that position. He definitely earned that starting role position. But it's a lot to be desired. Learning is a key. Ben's too tight and said, learning is a key for this year. Yes, it is, Chuck. It is. Learning is definitely the key for this year. Cornerbacks, no surprise here. Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, our nickel corner, and Tyree Stevenson, our cornerback too. Our backups, Nashawn Wright, Josh Blackwell, Nick McLeod, and Jalen Jones. I think they just signed Jalen Jones back. I think they cut 2 players so they can sign Jalen Jones back. We got some bad news, with Terrell Smith being not playing for the 2025 season. And another surprise turn of events, Zod Frazier is going to miss the 2025 season due to some personal reasons. Now, with Zod Frazier, I really do hope this is not a whatchamacallit, a Nate, who's the one who we signed? Nate, is it Nate Jones? Nate, I'm already forgetting his name. The dude who we had last year, Nate. Oh my God, I'm losing. Let me see. What was his name? 2024 Chicago Bears roster. Nate something. I'm already forgetting his name. Nate shit. Oh my gosh. I can't find his name, bro. Nate something. Nate, what's his name? Can you guys remember? Nate Davis. Freaking Nate Davis. You're right. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you. Nate Davis. Zod Frazier. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you. Nate Davis. I really do hope this is not a Nate Davis type of situation. Because when Nate Davis was signed back in 2023, oh my God, my neck hurts. When Nate Davis was signed back in 2023, we already know that he was dealing with some personal problems initially when he was signed. But, as the season started to progress, you started seeing some signs of him not working as hard, being lazy with some of his reps. He wasn't trying as hard. He wasn't playing as much. I really do hope that Zod Frazier doesn't have that type of mentality. He probably is dealing with the death in the family. I get it. But at the same time, I want to make sure that his head is in the game and that if he truly likes football, I really do hope he does, like football and play because he wants to play and not just because it's a convenience for him. So I hope Zod Frazier, does come back for next year because our cornerback depth outside of Jalen Johnson and Tariq Stevenson, if one of these 3 guys goes down, it's going to be a big, big problem. So we definitely need Zod Frazier to definitely come back and need to get his head in the game. So hopefully it won't be as bad. Now, our safeties, we got Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard. Our backups, Elijah Hick and Jonathan Owens. No surprise there. Jaquan Brisker, We just hope that guy can stay healthy. He's been dealing with Lazy Davis. Like we just hope that Jaquan Brisker just can stay healthy this upcoming season. Um, I know that this guy hits hard, but Jaquan Brisker, we don't want you to hit as hard because we love you, man, and we want you to get a second contract here. And we already know, Jaquan Brisker, he's the heart and soul of this defense. I think when he went down last year, I think it was a big vital role why we, had that 10-game losing streak, because that guy, he's more of like a vocal type of leader. He's that vocal type of guy, and he's going to get in your face. Jaquan Brisker is the type of guy that he's going to hit you, and his talk is going to back it up. And so he's one of like those types of vocal leaders. Even though you don't see the C on his chest, he kind of has that captain or leadership type of role in that defensive front. The defensive front. So hopefully Jaquan Brisker could definitely stay healthy. And our special teams, no surprise here, Cairo Santos is our kicker, and Torrey Taylor is our punter. I'm not too sure who our long snapper is going to be because Scott Daly got cut. I got to see who we picked up for our long snapper there, but Scott Daly got cut. And so, but yeah, it's no really surprise here. Cairo Santos, he's been solid, a kicker for us. And Torrey Taylor, he has that strong leg kick for us. And so, yeah, man, we're definitely going to see how the season is going to play out, man. Guys, I can't wait till this upcoming season. The season's going to start September 4th. I probably might stream September 4th because I think the Eagles are going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys next week. And yeah, guys, man, football is here. Regular season is going to start next week, man, September 4th. So, guys, man, make sure, you get your popcorns ready, you get your buffalo chicken ready, you get your pieces ready because, like I said, man, football is here, baby. Football is here, man, and I can't wait. And like I said, Monday night, guys, I will be streaming. 5 o'clock Pacific time. If you're in Chicago, it's going to be 7 o'clock Central time. If you're in Eastern time zone, like in New York or you're in the Atlantic area, it's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are around the world, make sure you come here and catch your boy live. Me and Chuck will be going live on Stream East. It's going to be Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. I might do it on Streamlabs, or I might do it on StreamYard. I think I might do it on Streamlabs because I heard Streamlabs is pretty good when it comes to doing streaming. So yeah, I see that jersey, bro. Oh, you see that jersey? You see my jersey, bro? I got the Caleb Williams jersey, man. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna get me a custom made jersey with my name on it. I'm gonna get like the navy blue. I'm gonna get me like a navy blue KO Sports Talk or my last name. W Streamlabs. Okay. I might try Streamlabs. I'll call them in. I might try Streamlabs. He said, Ron, since Manning, Broncos have been as crap last year. We've come for the Chiefs for real. God, I hate the Chiefs. And yeah, F them. But yeah, man, football season is here, man. Next week, bro. September 4th, man. September 4th, next week, Thursday, is going to be our first NFL game. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that day because I got to work. I got to work a late graveyard shift. I freaking hate graveyard. I wish I could stream that Dallas Cowboys game and the Philly game. But, yeah, man, I got to work, I got to do what I got to do. But either way, guys, I'm going to end. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me fix this. Either way, guys, I'm going to end this stream here. I'm not going to go over an hour. I kind of went over a little bit long, but thank you guys for joining today. I think this week I'm going to do a preview of the Minnesota Vikings game, Chicago game. I'm going to give you my little preview of the Chicago and Vikings game. So stay tuned for that right before the season starts. And I might, I'm thinking about, should I do a parlay? Should I do like a bet game or something like that? Should I do like a like a fan, not a fantasy, but like whatchamacallit. Go Cubs, go. Yeah, go Cubs, go, man. I'm still mad about that loss, bro, from yesterday. Our strength will be the passing game in our secondary. Okay. But like I did last year, I know last year I did over under. I did a bet to see which team is going to win each game, and so I'm trying to figure out whether I should do a bet, not a bet, but like figure out us doing like the scheduling, doing like a scheduling to see which team is going to win for that particular season. So I'm thinking about whether I should do that or not, because I know me and Chuck, we did that last year where we were trying to figure out which team is going to win for that particular week. We're doing a week to week game basis to see which team is going to win for each week. So I'm thinking about whether I should bring that back like I did from last year. But yeah, we'll see that. We'll see about that. But either way, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for coming. Stay tuned for more video updates and more content videos, like how we always ended over here. Chicago up, Bear down. I'm out. Peace.